hockey fans, and welcome to the Ice Castle. It's Monday, January the 12th, and tonight the Upper St. Clair Panthers taking on the Butler Golden Tornadoes in a PIHL AAA varsity matchup. We're on the road to the playoffs, around the bend at the clubhouse and into the home stretch. And the standings coming into this game, Upper St. Clair holding down the number 8 and final playoff spot in the PIHL AAA. Come into this game with a 6-8-1 record on a bit of a winning streak, taking on the number 4 Butler Golden Tornado. Upper St. Clair comes into this game after a 7-0 win last Friday night over Central Catholic, the team behind them. A 2-1 win in December, or 2-1 loss to Pine Richland, and a big 5-4 win against arch rival Bethel Park. In the standing, Upper St. Clair tied with 13 points with Mount Lebanon, but Mount Lebanon with a game in hand puts them up at 7th place. But only 2 points separates the Panthers from the number 5 Cannon McMillan Big Macs, and the number 4 Butler Golden Tornadoes come in here with 19 points on a 4-0-2 streak. So we're looking for a great hockey game. You're watching the Upper St. Clair Panthers line up around their netminder, get their finals thoughts together before the game gets underway. Coach Ray Conway and assistant coach Mike Brinton on the bench for the Panthers. And for Butler, head coach Patrick Hammonds and assistant coaches Ian Hammonds and Ben Morrow ready to get rolling. We anticipate seeing Adam Seaton in goal tonight for the Panthers. Number 35 comes into the game with a 3.21 goals against average and an 86.3 save percentage and a 5-6-1 record for the Panthers. He's shouldered most of the workload this year, and he does remain in the net. At the other end of the ice for Butler, Clay Bachman, number 29, will be in between the pipes. Bachman comes in with a 2.23 goals against average and a 92.4 save percentage and a 7-3-2 record. So both these goaltenders have been carrying the teams on their back, and they are fundamental and very important to any continued success they have. The Panthers with a great opportunity to make a statement here in the AAA race with a game against the number 4 team. We've got 17 minutes on the clock. We're just about ready to go here with the start of tonight's game. First of 2 here at the Ice Castle. Austin Cassidy will lead the Panthers out onto the ice. Cassidy, the leading scorer in the PIHL by double figures at this point in time. He'll lead the Panthers out, and pass across the face-off thought from him, number 86, Connor Scott. And the referee blows a whistle. We're set to go. One back by Cassidy, chased down into the corner. Matt Finn's going to get there first. Finn leaves it up along the wall for Galamus. Galamus tries to turn along the wall, pulls the puck out of danger. Checked nicely by Scott, drops the puck off, carried up the ice on the stick of Josh Cook. Cook will dump it in. First man at it behind the net, Elliot Stevenson rattled hard in the corner. Puck picked up by the Golden Tornadoes. The Tornadoes in that navy blue and gold with the tornado emblem on the sweater. The Panthers, of course, in their home white with the black and red trim and a USC logo. Puck rattled around off the glass, picked up nicely. Reinhammer in alone. Reinhammer looks cross-ice pass. Trying to find his man on the other side. That was Stevenson, but didn't get there. Panthers keep it in momentarily. Stevenson will pick it up in front of the Butler bench, dump it in after he takes a bump on the play. Just 1 minute into the hockey game. Panthers pick off a pass in front. Gavitt shot, gloved by Clay Bachman. So Jack Gavitt set up nicely in front. A little bit of a turnover right there. In their last win against Upper St. Clair, the Panthers came out with 4 goals in the first period on the way to a 7-0 win. I always like to see the home team jump on top. Puck along the wall, pushed up but not out of the zone. Chased down behind the net by the Golden Tornado captain, Chris Campbell, number 11, but he can't clear. Flipped up along the wall, this time played up by Ben Rogers, but Rogers can't clear. The Panthers all over that loose puck. Cassidy reaching for it, couldn't get there. Thrown down into the corner by Rogers. D-to-D play for the Panthers, up again off the wall. This time out into the neutral zone it goes. First man there, Sean Stevenson. Jams up the play, but now throws a hip into McCall as he came over the line. And the loose puck picked up by Casey Colcom. Colcom rattled over the official's crease on a big hit by Seth Queen. Man in on the net. Walking in sandwiched between a couple of the Panther players. That was Rogers, the defenseman. He'll go to the bench for a quick change with 15:05 remaining here in the first period. Panthers trying to come off the wall. Puck picked off, sent toward net. Seaton sticked it away into the near corner. Gavitt played it down low. Panthers having a little bit of trouble getting organized in their own zone. The puck pops out into neutral ice and Fair recovers. Fair turning with the puck, showing some speed, going through the gears down the right wing side. Fair with the shot, partially blocked off the good play by Matt Finn. And here come the Panthers the other way. Perriman down the right wing side. Perriman 1-on-3 shot up over the glove of goaltender Clay Bachman. And out of play here at the Ice Castle. Into the netting, and we'll have a face-off with 14:33 remaining in the first period. Reinheimer wins the face-off back. Gavitt moves it up ahead. Just missed a pass for Stevenson. Elliott Steven chases into the corner, beat there by Cam Bardo. He sent it along the wall. Couldn't clear. Stevenson trying to work it along the near boards. Scrum in the corner. Puck picked up by the Golden Tornado. Jammed up by the Panthers. Sent down low. Stevenson with a chance. Couldn't get control of the puck, and Farrell push him off the back wall. Here come the Tornado out of the zone. Scott up the left wing side. Scott in front. Bouncing puck. Cleared away nicely. On the play by Reinheimer, taking care of his defensive responsibilities. There's a shot thrown toward the net. That one handcuffed Seaton. Still managed to keep it out of the net. Behind the back wall, Rogers tied up with two Panthers. Puck squirts loose. USC, Reinheimer up ahead. Onto the stick of Stevenson. Stevenson tied up. Man tried to hit him from behind was Braden Neff. Scott now at the blue line. Dumps it out into the neutral zone. Finn looks it over, gains center red, fires one on net. Bachman kicks it off the wall on the far side and sent around the back wall by Seth Queen. Finn in the corner as the puck pops loose. Race to the puck, won by Sean Stevenson. He got there ahead of McCall. Cross ice pass, picked off, man coming in is Davis all alone. Davis looks, shoots, pad save! Seaton kicked out the left flipper as the man came in all alone. Davis, 88, had nothing between him and Seaton except ice. Seaton stayed calm and made him make the first moves. The puck goes off the back wall, and McCall sends it around. Ben Rogers with the puck. He can't clear. Another turnover. Cassidy sends it down low. Austin Cassidy, center in front. Tried to put it on the stick of his man. Tied up on the play. I'm looking on a program. They got Boyd on the ice, but I don't have him in the program, number 2. But he was the recipient of that Austin Cassidy pass. And an offside play will bring a face-off with 12:25 remaining in the first period. Jordan Rongus out on the ice now. Face-off won by the Golden Tornado, played off the wall by Bardo. Bardo cross-ice pass. Pass moved up ahead for Martin, too far for his stick. Colcom flips it up ahead, trying to go to Rongus. Rongus was looking the other way. Gross and Cook battle for the puck. Cook with it. Sends it into the blue line, but quickly sent back to the neutral zone. Matt Cook will turn with it again. Cook over to Colcom. Colcom looks up the right wing side. He'll just slide it up the wall. Bardo gets there. Pass sent toward the front of the net. Kick back, and Gavitt looks it over from the left point. He'll dump it in off the wall. Jonathan Fair got a piece of it. Fair kicks it out of his own, and a little shoving and male bonding going on right there between Fair and one of the Panthers. Colcom with a nice move to come out. Stepped around a man, and Martin took the puck off of him, but Gross and Ackelson bump into each other. Pass up ahead, off the stick of Ackelson. Bardo made that pass. He'll chase it down and head to the bench for a change. Queen calling for it out at the point. Puck comes off the wall. Queen looks it over. He'll send it back down around on a hard rim, and Martin will play it. Martin tries to flip it up to the right point, and Elliott Stevenson comes up with it. Stevenson moving through traffic. Stevenson through 3 black shirts. Puck still moving toward the net. Rejected and pushed out in front. Picked up there by Sam Gross. Gross up ahead to Scott. Scott will dump it in. And initially on that faceoff, the opening faceoff, Scott back as a forward or a defenseman. Now playing forward, obviously, Coach Hammond trying to set a little something up. Around the back wall, played by the captain, Chris Campbell. Campbell had the puck taken off his stick, centering pass out in front, looking for Stevenson, can't get there. Man turning with the puck behind the net, Jake Reinheimer. Reinheimer buying some space and time. Got it up to Galamus, but he couldn't make it happen. Reinheimer gave it up. Galamus looking, cross-ice pass off the wall, played by Finn. Finn down low, center one in front. Reinheimer couldn't get there. Neff tried to pull it out of the zone, no luck there. The Panthers, a little bit of offensive presence right now as Stevenson pinned against the wall, looks at the official for a call, but it's not happening. Cross-ice pass doesn't find his mark. Finn rattled on the play. Boyd, nice job coming back, dodging a check from Neff right in front of our cameras. Scott with the puck, bouncing biscuit. Boyd got a piece of that, moved it out of danger. Cassidy dipping and diving through the neutral zone, kicks it into the left of Clay Bachman. It comes around the other way and is played there by Fair. Little bump on the back there for Cam Bardo as the puck squirts out into the neutral zone. Coming in now, Marcus McCall. McCall pushed off the puck by Sean Stevenson. Down into the corner it goes. Body's flying right there. Ben Rogers took a hit from one of the Panthers as the puck came up to Gavitt, but Davis picked off that pass. Davis tried to cruise across the top of the slot. Found nowhere to go. Spinning puck comes off the wall, kept in the zone by Bardo, and he sends it around hard. Past Rogers. Davis had it momentarily. Boyd tries to move it up the wall, but shot thrown toward the net. Seaton can't get a glove on that one. So both of these teams right now showing a little bit of offensive zone presence. That pass a little bit too far, but icing quickly waved off by the back official. 8.5 or 8:50 left to go in the first period. With the puck, Jonathan Fair through the neutral zone. Fair, and it's an offside play. Little bit of fatigue right there on behalf of Butler. We've got 3 players going back for the change with 8:44 left to go. Matt Cook will step in to take the face-off against Chris Martin. One back by the Tornado, and Campbell will send it down into the zone. Played off the wall by Finn. He can't clear. Man down low, backhand shot in front. And Sam Gross in on a backhander from about 5 feet out, threw it on Seaton. The puck bounced up in front of the Panther goaltender, and he tracked it right into that trapper. So Martin and Cook will step in and do it all again. Cook wins this one back, but Martin steps to it front. Center pass in front, shot. That was Gross this time, and a right pad save this time by Seaton. Butler starting to put the puck on the net. Just about the halfway point in this period. Kept it on a nice little poke from outside the blue line by Chris Campbell. Shot thrown past the right side, stick side of Seaton. Martin digs in for the puck as it comes up the wall. Antonio De La Rosa moves it up and out, and it's pushed down the line by Jordan Rongas. Panthers going for the change. Puck in the neutral zone. Ackelson feeds it to a man. That's Gross. Gross turning with the puck. He's the only one in there. Gross keeping that puck alive in front of 5 white jerseys, but the Panthers finally prevail. Here comes Reinheimer. Over to Stevenson. Off wing side. Stevenson cuts across. Shot just wide on the glove side. Galamus at the right point battles to keep it in. Can't get there. And here comes Scott 2-on-1 if he hustles. Galamus on the back check. Scott shot. Going for high on the glove side. Missed it by about 2 feet. And the Panthers will kick it back and go the other way. Cross-ice pass. Galamus tried to play it off a skate. Couldn't get it. Picked up by Fair. Fair entered the zone, but the puck wandered off his stick, and Gavitt tried to clear it. Comes back to Fair in the far corner. Centering pass in front. Trickles through the blue ice, and Galamus comes up with it again. Alex Galamus. Over the line, shot on net. Just missing on the stick side. 7 minutes remaining in the period. Man, it is Boyd. Boyd backhander. Poke check nicely by Fair as he tried to cut across the hash. And the Golden Tornado in the person of Cam Bartno whips it off the wall past Scott, and they're going to call icing on that one. Bartno's quote-unquote outless pass just a little bit too hard. Officials ruled nobody could play it, and they'll bring it back down to the left of Clay Bachman. So Boyd and Connor Scott on the draw. Panthers win it back, try to control it. And Cassidy takes a bump before it's knocked out of the zone. Cassidy banging away there with Marcus McCall, the assistant captain. Shot thrown toward the front of the net. Rogers was there. Couldn't make anything happen. Dustin Davis reached for it, couldn't make it. Rogers muscles in, but Finn sweeps it away. Finn looking to go cross ice up the wall for Boyd. Dances up just outside the blue line. Boyd's got to clear it. Cassidy comes back. McCall rakes in with his stick. Back up to Boyd again. Boyd up to Cassidy. Cassidy 1-on-2. Cassidy cuts in. Cassidy in front. Lost control of the puck as he tried to cross over onto that backhander. Cassidy, the left-handed shot. One of the better scoring opportunities for the Panthers in this hockey game. In the corner, Panthers looking to center pass. Man walks out, backhand shot, score, Boyd with the goal. Boyd had that puck on the corner down to the left of goaltender Clay Bachman. And he just walked it out, and everybody kept looking at him, and finally he decided, I'm going to throw a backhander at the net. And he beat Bachman on the far post. Nothing Bachman could do. He had to be hugging the pipe. And at the same time, he didn't get any defensive help. So Boyd takes advantage of a great little opportunity and puts the first goal on the net for the Panthers. Colcom off the glass. Del Rosa gets there first, up ahead to Perriman. Perriman can't handle it. Del Rosa against the wall, had it chipped away. Shot through traffic, blockered away. And Gavitt with the assist on Boyd's goal. And just like that, the Panthers on top, and here comes Del Rosa trying to go with it again. He throws one, tried to go over Gross, but couldn't. Now Cook with it. Cook dancing. Cook with a shot blocked before it got in there, and Del Rosa tried to throw a backhander toward the net. Perriman in the corner on the opposite side. Colcom had his stick raised looking for the puck, but the Panthers think they might have found something working down low. Sean Stevenson kicks it off the wall. And up and out of play off one of the beams here at the Ice Castle. Slams his stick to the ice, a little disgusted with himself. Hate to do that in the offensive zone on an unforced error. Reinheimer in on the faceoff, but pushed up ahead. Now Scott down the left wing side. Scott's been quiet the last few minutes. Scott centering pass. Had a man breaking toward the net, but couldn't find him. And on the counterattack, Stevenson tried to move it out, but couldn't. Reinheimer's going to circle back. Up ahead for Finn. Galamus gives him a little help with it, and Finn now over the blue line. Back to right point. Shot through traffic. Block comes over to Galamus. Galamus through traffic. Hit a skate. Dancing in front. Out in the hash mark. Somebody without a stick. As the puck comes toward the net. That was Butler without the stick. In particular, Seth Queen. Chased on into the zone now by Trevor Gilliland. Gilliland tries to set it up in front. Chipped away by one of the Panthers, and it's going to come all the way back down. Bachman will play it at the left face-off, right wing face-off dot, excuse me. Ben Rogers pass up ahead, picked off. Golden Tornadoes trying again. Rogers this time bumped on a play by Gavitt, and Colcom will take that puck. Colcom goes cross ice to his partner, and up ahead now. Boyd tried to move around a man. Puck taken off his stick by Dustin Davis, and Davis dumps it into the zone past Gavitt. Up ahead now, here comes Gavitt down the right wing side. Gavitt shot glove high. Jack Gavitt fired a shot high. Bachman had it and then lost control of it. The Golden Tornadoes recover it in the person of Jonathan Fair, send it up the wall. Will Gavitt will play it there. Gavitt turns, looks for some help. Colcom will give that to him on the far side. Colcom up to Boyd. Boyd looks it over. Pass intended and shot on the net by Cassidy. Cassidy throws a body into Fair, and Fair falls on him. We're going to have our first penalty call of the game. And Cassidy was the aggressor on the play, but the question is, what did the referee see? And what he saw was Jonathan Fair. And Fair pleading his case all the way to the sin bin. But Fair going to go, and it's going to be an elbow call. So the Panthers with a 1-0 lead and 3:05 left in the first period will go on the power play. Boyd and Rogers on the dot, one back by Boyd. Cook dances towards center point, sends it over to the far side. Cross ice, Cassidy. Cook shot through center. Rebound out in front. Bachman dives out on top of that one. He'll grab it with his glove and hold on to it for a face-off from the same spot. Josh Cook's going to head over to the bench, get some instruction from Coach Conway, and head right back. Out there with Fink, Cassidy, Boyd, and Jack Gavitt. Push toward the net, off the skate of defenseman Cam Bardo. Not a well-paced shot, but nonetheless a shot that changed direction on the way to the net, and sometimes that'll freeze a goaltender. So the third consecutive faceoff, one back by the Panthers. Big wins in the offensive zone on the power play. Up to the top. Cook, down low, shot right side, fought off by Bachman. Panthers with it again. Finn at the left point, Bachman at the right, or Cook at the right, excuse me. Boyd dancing around with a puck down into that corner where he walked out and scored. Cassidy looks out to Cook at the top. Cook, Cassidy looking for that one-timer like Sidney Crosby won the overtimer in Montreal with the other night. Bouncing puck, couldn't get there. Gross gets stabbed with a pickle stabber by Boyd. Puck controlled by the Panthers. 1:05 left to go in the penalty. Out there to Josh Cook. Cook looking. Cook, shot deflected. That one deflected on net by Gross. Again, another shot deflected onto the Butler goaltender by his own defenseman. And the Panthers have had it in the zone for all 1 minute and 3 seconds of the penalty time so far. They'll go to a wholesale change. Stevenson, Reinheimer, Galamis, Colcom, and Sean Stevenson on the play. This time one back, but Galamis pushed it around the back wall, and Stevenson sets up shop down below the end line. Tried to make a pass, hit a man, comes back to him. Stevenson buying a little time and space with 45 seconds left, up the wall to Reinheimer, and he'll take it right back down low. Reinheimer looking for some room. McCall swinging his stick in front of him along with Chris Campbell, and finally played off the glass by Campbell, and Colcom will regroup in a neutral zone. Over to Stevenson. Elliott Stevenson kicks it in. Campbell stops the puck. McCall tries to dig it out. Galamis in there with the fight, and the Panthers come up with the puck in front. Stevenson with his shot. Blocked on the way. Colcom, with a great recovery there. Colcom tried to fire one across ice, and Davis had it blocked and was headed the other way. Good recovery by Colcom on the play. Here's Galamis, picks up a puck left inside the blue line by McCall. Penalty's over, and final shot thrown on net. The Panthers with some great offensive zone presence and some opportunities couldn't put it past Clay Bachman. And we're down to the final minute of play in the period. Scramble around the net. Picked up by the Panthers. Colcom, one time, again blocked in front. This time off the body of Chris Campbell. And here they come the other way. Man out of the box. Shot. Score! Trevor Gilliland off the bench. Nobody found him. And with 34 seconds left, Gilliland beats Seton up high. And we'll see who gets the assist on that pass. But Gilliland came out of nowhere, and the puck on his stick as he crossed the blue line. So Matt Boyd's goal evened up on his shot by Trevor Gilliland with 34 seconds left to go. Face-off controlled by the Tornado. Fair looking, Fair cross-ice pass off the leg of Matt Cook. Finally dumped into the zone by Fair. 20 seconds left to go as the Panthers try to move it up. So Davis gets the assist on Gilliland's equalizer with 7 seconds left. Puck dances around the blue line. That's going to do it for the first period. The score at the end of 1. Upper St. Clair 1. Butler Golden Tornadoes 1. So a strong first period of hockey for both teams. Both goaltenders getting tested, and both teams solving the goaltenders a little bit. It was Boyd who came out, walked out of the corner to the left of goaltender Clay Bachman. Just kept walking, and finally just threw a backhander past him on the far post from about 4 feet out. And then with 34 seconds left in the period at the 16:26 mark, Trevor Gilliland, as I said, came out of nowhere, just kind of snuck his way behind the play, took the feed pass from Dustin Davis at the blue line, walked in and beat Adam Seaton up high. So other than a change in the goaltenders' percentages and goals against average, just like it's 0-0, they'll change ends. Adam Seaton will head down to the goal to our right. Seaton with 1 shutout this year. 245 saves against 39 goals coming into the game and 619 minutes of hockey played. And I guarantee you his parents felt every one of those minutes and hated every one of those goals. I was a goaltender's dad for a long time. You kind of live and die with them as you look at the St. Clair netminder. But the mark of a good goaltender is you shake it off and play the next puck. The officials blow the whistle. And Connor Scott will line up against Reinheimer to start the second. The Panthers with the puck. Dumped in along the backside wall by Josh Cook. Around the back wall, Stevenson tries to get there, tangled up with Bardo. Bardo pulls it out momentarily, but he can't control Stevenson. Right back in there, Bardo skates away, and he'll head up the far side now. Off the wall, but played quickly into the neutral zone and back down in by Matt Finn. Neff now sends one out to center ice. With Finn right there again, threw one in. Gilliland knocks it down. Gilliland, shake and bake move. Gilliland's got one man to beat his Cook. Gilliland, nice job on the backhander and feeds it over. Scott with the score. Oh my, Connor Scott with the goal at 36 seconds of the second period, assisted by Trevor Gilliland. Gilliland just came through the neutral zone. He was on the backhand, did a little Denny Savard spinorama to the right of Seaton and set up Dustin Davis. 36 seconds in, not a thing Seaton could do about that one. I don't think there'll be a second assist on that one. As play resumes, Campbell sends it off the back wall for Queen. Queen up ahead, not into the neutral zone. Gavitt chases there quickly, gets to it first, up ahead for Colcom. Gavitt tried to get a piece of it, but it's dumped into the left of goaltender Seaton. Davis there first, centering pass. Seaton slaps it away with that goaltender's blade. Puck intended to go out to the right point, kept in. And a nice job controlling a bouncing puck by Seth Queen. In front shot and another one. The Golden Tornado skating downhill right now at the 1:07 mark. And this might be time to call timeout. You're still early in this hockey game, and it's by no means a runaway, but you want to get control of the team before it gets too far out of hand. Upper St. Clair drew blood first, but 3 straight goals by the Butler Golden Tornado. And now Gross into the zone. Gross with a man going toward the net. Ackelson had nobody within 8 feet of them as he cruised down the slot. Puck couldn't get through. Campbell dancing with the puck at his blue line, turns around, and Ackelson will send it in past Stevenson. Behind the play, Josh Cook banging up. Cook looking for room out of the zone. Nice job bossing it up ahead into the neutral zone. Del Rosa couldn't control it, but it comes back to him. So they just announced the Scott goal, number 2. Gilliland with the only assist on that one. Stevenson tried to pick it up, couldn't do it. Loose puck played by Martin. Martin behind the net. Martin forced wide by the Panthers. Up to the blue line, but it's out. And Fair's going to have to regroup at center ice. Ron just forces him off the puck before he dumps it in. Josh Cook making a play with the puck. Cook turns, tries to buy himself a little time. Behind the net, Cook looking for. So Davis gets his second goal, assisted by Rogers and Queen. And that sets up the scoring here so far. Loose puck, leads a man at the blue line, a race for the puck. Elliot Stevens tried to get there. Scott got there. Stevens puck shot on net. Clay Bachman stopped the always dangerous Elliot Stevenson as he picked up a loose puck. Good work by Stevenson. Fighting his way through traffic to come up with that puck. He kept moving toward the net with his head up. They'll force a face-off in the right wing circle. Reinheimer and Scott. Reinheimer tried to push it forward toward the net. On the near side, Neff rattled into the wall by Reinheimer. Pushed up along the wall by Gilliland. And Scott died into the corner, but icing is going to be the call. Didn't get there fast enough. He looks at the official. And the official looks back at him and gives him an explanation. I'm sure it's not satisfactory, but it's all you're going to get. So we're 2 minutes and 57 seconds into this period. And the Panthers now with their second offensive zone faceoff. Out to center point. Colcom tried to move it in. Gilliland got a piece of that, and Stevenson will chase it down in the far corner. Stevenson down low. Tried to center it out in front. Reinheimer looking for room. Scott all over him. Reinheimer centering pass. Tried to get to Stevenson. Stevenson couldn't connect on it. And here come the Golden Tornado back with Gilliland. And Scott. Gilliland throws one on net. Swept away after the stop on a good play by Matt Finn. Seaton made the stop. Finn kicked it away. Gilliland regroups at center ice up ahead. Chipped into the zone by Braden Neff, and he'll go to the bench. Elliot Stevenson through center ice. McCall's going to step up on that one. McCall through the legs of Stevenson. One man to beat is Colcom, but he can't pull the trigger. Second man through, knocked down on a play. Puck controlled by Campbell at the top of the slot. Sticks, arms, everybody flailing at that biscuit. Finally, the Panthers force it out of the zone. Reinheimer tries to chase it down, but it comes to Dustin Davis, and he goes up the wall. Rogers hit a big hit by Finn, and the two of them go down in a heap right in front of our broadcast position. And on top of the puck. So with 12:49 left to go, it's a 3-1 lead for the Butler Golden Tornado. They struck quickly at the beginning of the second period. And the face-off right in front of us. Davis and Boyd. Boyd's got the only goal for the Panthers so far. Out there with Cassidy and Gavitt. It comes to Boyd. He tried to leave it for Cassidy. It picked off. Now Gavitt's got to wait till Cassidy gets onside. They're going to say Cassidy didn't. And you might get an argument from some of the Panther fans on that call. So they'll face it off with a dot just outside the Butler blue line. Boyd stays out there with Gavitt and Cassidy, along with Cook and Will Gavitt. One back by the Golden Tornado. Bardo there. Tried to push it up the wall, but Gavitt and Boyd on the puck. Boyd looking it over. Boyd walking off the wall in the forehand. Boyd in the zone. Shot. Just could not find the net. Looking for the short side. Out to the right point, launched by Gavitt through traffic. Not sure that it got through, and the Golden Tornado sent it around hard. Gavitt couldn't keep it in, finally dumped in. They'll touch up at the blue line, and Bardo will send it up the wall. Whacked at there momentarily by Will Gavitt, but just a little too far with the puck. Brendan Ackelson. Ackelson centering pass finds nobody but Cassidy. He tried to clear the zone looking for Boyd, as Cassidy has the stick knocked out of his hands. Up ahead now. The Panthers, shot on net. Jack Gavitt with the shot. Clay Bachman with the save, and everybody decided to meet at the far goal post there. Cassidy knocked down on the play. Austin Cassidy down there where you do the dirty work to score the goals. Paying the price that you pay to be the leading goal scorer in the league. You're always going to have a bit of a target on your back, and a roughing call is going to be made against Cassidy. They're going to say that he was the instigator. So Cassidy off 2 for roughing with 11:42 left to go in the period. Panthers want to hold off on this one. And now it looks like Ackelson going to be going in, so they'll be playing 5-on-5. These players won't come out until 9:42 and a whistle. Ackelson a little bit late to the box, so everybody equally guilty in the eyes of the Stripes. They'll still play 5-on-5, but Austin Cassidy for Ackelson is a trade that Butler will probably make every time. Pushed up ahead by Scott. Gilliland with Neff headed toward the net. Gilliland shot, oh my goodness, off the shoulder of Seaton and just rolled past the far post. Gilliland looking for that HT. Or excuse me, for his third point of the night. Gilliland turning with it again. Looks back up at the clock for some reason. Got knocked out on the play. Picked up on the far wall by Antonio Del Rosa. Tied up on the far side. Puck at the neutral zone. Finn looks it over. Finn waits for his team to get back. Sends it down. Perriman. Del Rosa on the change. Reinhammer on the play. So the coincidental minor penalties at 11:42, as we said. Both players will be out at 9:42 and the first whistle afterwards. Up to Stevenson. He turns it center red and fires it in deep. Over the corner, David Stepanian, number 34, blows a tire as he goes for the puck, and Stevenson picks it up. Stevenson walks off. Shot! Oh, just a left pad save by Bachman. Stevenson with a sneaky shot down low, looking for that far post. With it again, Stevenson centering pass. Zilthrow had a nice play. Sean Stevenson sent it over. Elliot Stevenson got a piece of that from his knees before he got jammed up on the play by Ben Rogers. Panthers with it off the faceoff. Stevenson has a little trouble with it, picked up by Fair. He'll head out through the neutral zone down the right wing side. Sean Stevenson challenges him on the play, and Stevenson going to go to the box. Fair went down. Stevenson going to be called for a trip. 9:56 left to go in the period. Be another 12 seconds, and then Cassidy and Ackelson will come out of the net. But Stevenson, his 2 will go on the clock, and the Panthers will be a man down. So 5-on-4 hockey with a face-off in the right wing circle to the left of Adam Seaton. Gilliland wins it back. Fair at the right point. Fair cranks it up off the leg in front of Will Gavitt. Into the near corner. Gavitt paying the price and then going back in and getting a little bit back. Gilliland dancing with the puck, has it taken off his stick, but not out of the zone. Fair kept it in. Gilliland give it go toward the net. Out to Fair. Fair challenged on the play. Scott with a shot, partially blocked, and ends up high in the air behind the net, and Gilliland retrieves it. Gilliland cross ice. Had a man there, Connor Scott, but Scott couldn't play it out of his skates to get a shot on net. Gilliland again, quarterback in the power play from Don Lowe. Fair off his skate, throws it toward the net, pops up in the air. Seaton recovers. Momentarily, shot thrown on the net. Seaton scrambling on the ice, and we're going to have another delayed penalty call here. And a slash. And unless my eyes deceive me, St. Clair going to be going to the box. Cassidy out, Ackelson out. And tonight's lucky prize winner, Casey Colcom, 2 for the slash. So a minute 9 of 5-on-3 hockey. Colcom in there for 2, and Sean Stevenson, a minute 9 to go. Cassidy out of the box. He'll take the face-off against Dustin Davis. He wins that face-off. It comes up, and it's kept in the zone. It's a good opportunity by Finn to try to clear it, but just could not get through the bodies. Campbell down low, chips it toward the net. Cute little play. To the left of goaltender Seaton. Chris Martin just chipped it over on him. Then he paid the price as Josh Cook came down and leveled him behind the net. And with 5-on-3 hockey, the Panthers know that they can play a little bit more aggressively, but you can't get caught out of position when you're trying to defend that house right now. 8:51 left to go in the period. Davis and Cassidy again on the faceoff. Into the corner. Cook and Scott against the boards. Dug out by Dustin Davis, pushed back to Scott. Scott up to the right side. Fair, looks, shot, glove by Adam Seaton. See Seaton down in the butterfly position on the top of his crease. Just flashed the leather right there. 42 seconds left to go in the first penalty. One back again, Fair, right side. This time it's over. McCall, shot, score. The power play goal by Marcus McCall. And it's a 4-1 hockey game and a minute 28 of the second penalty left to kill for the Panthers. The odds are heavily in favor of that team with that 5-on-3 advantage. And Butler just moved it around and moved it around. McCall found a little traffic, threaded that puck through. So 5-on-4 for the next minute 27 as Colcom's penalty has to be served. Bardo around the back wall. Up ahead, Campbell. Koch got a stick on that one. Couldn't control. Now up ahead, Rogers had it in the zone. Finn's going to backhand it right out with that pitchfork. In the neutral zone, Rogers plays it in. Over to Martin. Martin at the top of the zone. Had a stick put into him by Matt Cook. Cook off the wall on the far side. Setting up the penalty kill with 54 seconds left to go. And give Gross the assist on that power play goal as puck put on the net by Chris Campbell and controlled by Seaton. So Seaton seeing a lot of rubber coming his way right now. Team's got to kill the rest of this penalty and regroup, find a little bit of offense. It's been a long time since they've had an opportunity to go 5-on-5. Gilliland wins it back, Fair down the wall. Over to Gilliland. Gilliland looking from behind the net. Over to Scott, out to Fair. Gross knocked down in front. Del Rosa got a piece of that shot from Fair, directed it harmlessly off against the back wall. Gilliland trying to make the give and go work. Puck instead out to Fair. Over to McCall. McCall with his back to the play. Tracked down by Jordan Rongas. Rongas, man comes off the wall. Over it goes. It was a good opportunity for Connor Scott, but again, he couldn't control that left-handed shot. A give and go right there, but jammed up on the play by Rongas. 8 seconds left to go. In the penalty, the puck comes off the wall, out of the zone, and the Panthers are going to kill this second penalty. They'll get back to 5-on-5. Colcom out of the box, replaced on the play by Matt Cook. Butler Golden Tornadoes with the puck up the wall. Too far for Gross, but he manages to keep it in on the battle with Cassidy. If you check that, Will Gavitt, 15, not 18. Josh Cook down the wall. Poke check nicely off the play. 6.5 left to go here in the second period. Cassidy now trying to find some room behind the net to work. Back there with Cook. Cassidy looking it over. Cassidy out to the right point. Over to Josh Cook. Cook shot, hit a stick. It was actually a pass, but the stick directed it on net about crossbar high. And Cassidy complained it to the official. And I think he's going to win that call. Cassidy complaining a little bit that Connor Scott was taking some liberties with him. And Scott going to the box. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Scott and Austin Cassidy showed you that senior savvy. Goaded Scott into a penalty and then made sure it was near the officials when he got it. Fair. Discussing the matter. But again, you're not going to get a reduction in sentence. There's no probation here, but folks, you go to the box for 2. So the face-off in the offensive zone. And the next goal will be a big one for the Panthers if they can make the power play click. Colcom at the right point over to Finn. Finn looks it over. Got a little room. Finn shot, looking for a deflection from Boyd on the far side. Out of the zone it comes. On a stick of Rogers. Rogers down the off-wing side. Challenged on a play nicely by Finn, and here they go. Rogers caught back. Panthers with a chance to set it up in the zone. Rogers not there yet. Cassidy shot. Blocked on the way and kicked all the way out into the neutral zone. 1.5 left to go, and the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty to Connor Scott. Too far for Boyd. Rogers will play it in the neutral zone off the wall. Davis will kick it down. Controlled by the Panthers at their own blue line by Boyd. Boyd through traffic. Boyd sees an opening. Boyd cuts right. Boyd looks. Boyd shoots. Just couldn't find an opening with Bachman. Boyd looking for his second goal of the game. Out in the neutral zone, Colcom plays it. And the Panthers carry it into the zone with a minute left on the penalty. Boyd to Cassidy in his skates. Rogers will take it and just weakly send it out, but the puck rolls on edge. And Colcom won't get to it till the top of the left wing faceoff circle. Cassidy calling for that puck. Cassidy dancing through traffic. Puck comes over to Boyd, and he'll step into the zone with it. 40 seconds left to go as Boyd looks it over. Boyd toward the net. And Bachman, one pad down, one pad up. Managed to control that one and deflect it into his glove. 38 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Reinhart now out with Stevenson. Pushed out into the neutral zone. Casey Colcom will chase it down. 30 seconds left to go as he sets it up behind his net. Fires it up to Josh Cook. Cook cross-ice pass picked up by Gilliland. The ever-dangerous Gilliland drops it off. McCall with a goal. Shot on net. Picked up behind the wall by Trevor Gilliland. Panthers, time for one more rush. 10 seconds left as Reinhammer carries it over the blue line. Galamas looking with a little move. Sends it behind the net. Got to watch now. Scott coming out of the box right about now. In front, picked up by Fair, and he's going to try to send it off the wall. Gavitt back quickly. Scott onside. In front. Oh, and just a miss. McCall couldn't put it on net, but they're going to call a penalty. And a penalty shot's been awarded. I'm not sure that was a clear breakaway, but Gilliland set up McCall. Or Scott, set up McCall. And one of the Panthers got a whack and a hack on him to keep that shot from going to the net. It'd be a slashing call. And a penalty shot has been awarded. It looks like McCall will take it. So we've got a little bit of everything in this hockey game. And McCall defers, and Connor Scott, fresh out of the box, lines it up. Remember, on a penalty shot, the puck's got to keep moving forward. You can't tap in a rebound. And Clay Bachman, the goaltender, calls Scott back, giving him some tips. I'm not sure how many goals Bachman has scored in his career, but he thinks he's seen something. 4:01 left to go in the period. Now McCall, will take it. McCall, right-handed shooter, coming down the off-wing side, cuts in front. McCall, shot and saved by Seton. Seton wouldn't give him any room. Adam Seton gives his team a lift and keeps them in a hockey game. A big, big save. So the penalty paid off. The chance worked out, and Adam Seton made it happen. The Panthers goaltender doing what you got to do. It's mano a mano, and he came out top dog. Behind the net now, Sean Stevenson hacked on the play. Not once, not twice. He'll send it up along the wall. Perriman rattled by Fair, but the puck still continues into the zone, and Perriman will pick it up in a quarter. Perriman chases down there and throws a shot at the Bardo to let him know how he feels about it. Puck played off the wall by the Gordon Tornado, and Stevenson can't get it. Covered up. As the man headed toward the net was Brendan Ackelson. But Seton will hold on to that with 3:36 left to go in the second period. The Butler Golden Tornado having themselves an exceptional year in that this is not a team that you've heard a lot from at the top level of AAA in the past few years. I can remember back about 8 or 9 years ago, they had a goaltender who was seeing 70 and 75 shots a game. I had the pleasure of working a few of those games and being in the box with his parent, and I thought she was the goaltending parent of the year and then some. Butler, man down low, shot thrown toward the net. And Butler just quickly working a 3-on-2 right there. Got the puck over there, and it was Rogers tried to make something with it. That puck pushed up too far. Here comes Cassidy with room. Cassidy looking to make a man in front. The puck was too deep when he got a hold of it, so he'll leave it out for Cook. Cook's shot blocked on the play. Pushed up ahead. Here comes Davis down the right wing side. With Rogers. Over to Rogers. Rogers shot pad. Tried to go pad, but the puck went into 5-hole. Rogers had an assist, and he's got a goal. The transition game working for the Butler Golden Tornadoes. 2:54 remaining in the period. Martin wins the faceoff back as he falls down, pushed up by Bardo, but he can't clear, comes back to him. Over to 14, Jonathan Fair. Up the wall into the neutral zone. Gavin takes a whack at it. And another penalty coming up here. A tripping call with 2:31 left to go. So emotions running high. Both teams might want to get into that locker room and gather their composure. And it's Reinheimer's going to sit for the Panthers. So definitely a little frustration setting in for the hometown boys. Davis and Elliott Stevenson face it off just inside the zone. Now Davis waved out. Rogers in on the play. Rogers trying to kick at it, but finally pulled out on the play by Martin. Stevenson up the blue line. Campbell keeps it in. Turning with the puck, Martin over to the side. Man, trying to find Rogers cutting in front, coming off the near wall. Sent down the ice with 1:40 left to go in the penalty, 2:10 left to go in the second period. Elliott Stevenson, Casey Colcom, Will Gavitt, and Alex Galamus out there on the penalty kill. And Galamus throws a major league shoulder into Dustin Davis and knocks him down. Launches the puck out of the net. So Alex Galamus making his presence known. He'll head to the bench. Try to fire up his team any way he can. Puck up for Rogers. Colcom on him quickly. Squeezes him on the play. Puck along the blue line. Colcom going to take it in. Colcom short-handed around him. And Colcom looks, shot, and just fought off with the glove of Clay Bachman and into the netting here at the Ice Castle with a $1:27 left to go in this second period. $30-second difference between the clock and the penalty. McCall looking. Up ahead. Del Rosa got into that, but Trevor Gilliland getting that body in there. Gilliland on the backhand. He just skates strong. Out to Fair. Fair looks it over. He'll send it back down the wall. Rogers tried to walk off the, or Scott tried to walk off the wall. held down by Josh Cook. Cook made no bones about the fact he was going to put the stick into the man and he was not going to pass. 1 minute remaining. 25 seconds left in the power play. Fair with his shot, tipped in front. Cook smart enough to let that one go past him. Clearing pass, doesn't make it. Second attempt hits the wall. Comes out beyond the blue line, and McCall hustles back for that one. 10 seconds left to go in the penalty to Jake Reinheimer. About 30 seconds left in the second period. But right now behind the net again. The Golden Tornadoes set it up. Fair took a whack at it. Couldn't make anything happen. Penalty over. Perryman out on the ice. The puck dumped in again by the Tornado. Up ahead, knocked down that time by Scott. Scott saw that headman pass, got in front of it, dancing with the puck. Panthers desperately tried to keep him out. Scott lost his edge with 4 seconds left. The puck in the corner. Good job tying it up by Matt Cook. That's going to do it for the second period. The score at the end of 2. The Butler Golden Tornadoes 5. The Upper St. Clair Panthers 1. We'll be back in just a minute with the second period. For the third period, teams back from the locker room, a fresh sheet of ice, and 17 minutes on the clock. The Upper St. Clair Panthers looking to find a goal here. They scored early on. Matt Boyd getting a goal, but since that time, it's been all Butler Golden Tornadoes. Mike, our cameraman, tells me that Upper St. Clair had a fairly easy time with Butler early in the season. Well, it's the second half of the season. We're headed toward the playoffs, and Butler has gone 6 games without a loss, putting them right behind Peters Township, the number 1 team, as the 2 hottest teams right now in AAA. Face-off pushed back into the Butler zone. Bardo tried to move it along the wall. Dug out by Boyd. Boyd challenged by Bardo. Boyd behind the net. In front. Handled off the waffle board by Casey Clay Bachman, excuse me. Now a puck out in front onto the stick of Rogers and up ahead. Dustin Davis harder on the back wall. Seaton had no chance to stop that one. McCall in on the puck. Couldn't control it. And Elliott Stevenson, as the crowd wanders back in off the Boyd. Boyd looks, Boyd dances, Boyd shoots. Pad save. Second one underneath. Bachman with a couple of big saves right there. Panthers coming out strong to start the third period, as you thought they might. Coach Ray Conway, I'm sure, tried to light the fire in that locker room. Campbell with it now. His pass up the wall picked off Reinheimer. Reinheimer dogged on the play and pushed back against the back wall by Seth Queen. Tries the centering pass. Bounces off, picked up and onto the stick of Braden Neff. Neff down the left wing side. Neff in front. Neff knocked off his pins on a hustling play coming back by Jake Reinheimer. And Neff comes up, swimming and flopping a little bit. Reinheimer might have gotten the worst of that, knocked the netting off. He was back there with Josh Cook. And Jake Reinheimer just selling out. An absolutely incredible defensive play by number 78. Down on his knees on the play. But Jake Reinheimer doing everything he can to get his team back in a hockey game. Reinheimer into the season with 8 goals and 5 assists for 13 points. Averaging just less than a point per game, and being attended to there by the paramedic and being helped up by Austin Cassidy. He'll head over to the bench, gets a hand from the crowd and from his teammates, but absolutely was not going to let that puck get in on the net on his goaltender, Adam Seaton. So Cassidy over with the face-off in the left wing circle. 15:43 left to go. And if the Panthers have any hope of getting back in this game 1 goal at a time, they can't be giving up another one. Scott in on the faceoff, off the linesman skate, picked up by Finn. Finn challenged by Scott. And Scott, a one-man wrecking crew down there. Cook up the wall. Tried to pull it out into the neutral zone. It comes to Cassidy. Stick Cassidy 1-on-3. turns and grooves in front. Had Cook going toward the net, but blocked on the play by Neff. Neff not showing any wear or tear from that collision that he had. Now here comes Scott. Scott motoring down the left wing side. Scott pushed out of the way nicely in front. Right pad save. Kicked that by Seton. Galamus moves it ahead quickly. Finn, cross ice pass picked off by Scott. Gilliland circles with it now behind his own blue line. Up ahead, Fair. He'll gain center red and dump it in, but icing is the call. This did not quite get through the red stripe here at the Ice Castle. So with 2 minutes and 9 seconds gone here in the period, face will come down to the right of goaltender Clay Bachman. Del Rosa takes the face off against Martin. Martin wins it clearly. Gross came out of there with the puck, but Colcom stopped him at center ice, fired it into the Butler bench. That'll slow it down for a face-off yet again. And we're getting a little bit of Stevie Ray Vaughan over the side. I tell you what, whoever played the music here gets points with me. Had some Zepp, some Rush, little Guns N' Roses. Just the kind of music your grandparents used to listen to. And that puck kicked up and over the glass, the short glass over on the far side. So we'll have our third face-off in approximately 27 seconds of play. This will be down in the left wing circle. Again, the Panthers really like to get something going off this face-off. Matt Boyd steps in on the play with Gross. Resets. Pushed it back out. Panthers send it off the near wall. Played up. Colcom kept it in with his skates. Colcom cranks it up. And that one, Colcom gave that his all and ended up in a heap down in the corner by himself. Bachman got a piece of that one and sent it up into the netting, so we'll have another face-off, and Colcom skates away. Little bit of a hitch in his get-along as he comes back, and he'll go to the bench, but Colcom put everything he had into that shot. It took everything Bachman had just to get a piece of it. Davis and Boyd as they wait for Colcom to clear the bench. And he does. Boyd steps in, but Bardo sends it along the back wall. Cook overskates the puck, and it's up ahead. Davis 2-on-1 into the zone with Rogers. Davis shot, glove by Seton. Seton had that one tracked all the way. Davis made no pretense of passing the puck or trying to use that 2-on-1 advantage. So he and Boyd will face off again just on the other side of the ice, this time to the left of Adam Seton. Toward the net, pulled off the play nicely by Gavitt. Up along the wall and up the glass in the neutral zone. Played there by Seth Queen momentarily, but Queen can't control. Puck turning now, Jack Gavitt. He'll send it in, but Martin picks it off halfway down the near wall. Flips it out into the neutral zone. Here comes Rogers over for it. Rogers with a head of steam back on the play. Again, 2 on Rogers. Rogers with a shot. Blocked nicely on the play by Will Gavitt. Gavitt back directing traffic. Again, as a 2-on-1 formed. This Butler Golden Tornadoes team, the transition through the neutral zone has been the key to this game tonight, really. Of these 5 goals, I really say Seton didn't have much of a chance on 4 of them. So Reinheimer back on the ice. Good to see that after his blast into Neff on his own net. Little play right there, and we're going to have an interference call against Bardo. Bardo put his shoulder into a man along the boards as they were chasing the puck, and Cam Bardo might just open the door a little bit for the Panthers. Those are the kind of plays that sometimes give you that opportunity to get the mojo back in your direction. Interference to call. 2 minutes on the board, 13:39. A lot of time left to go in a hockey game. Butler scored 3 quick goals at the start of the second period. You start to score them in bunches, you never can tell what happens. Panthers control the faceoff. Cook shot out in front. Bachman just let it bounce off his pads in front. His defenseman cleared it. Seton leaves it for Cassidy. Cassidy wheels up the left wing side. In the zone. And dumped out. Seton will leave it again. This time Finn with it. He'll leave it for Cassidy. Austin Cassidy has been pretty well bottled up tonight by the Golden Tornado, but now he's down on the off-wing side in the corner, sends it along the back wall. Comes back to him out in front. Had a man, just couldn't quite get him, jumping in from the left point. It was Gavitt. 1:10 left to go in the penalty as the puck comes up to Cassidy now in the neutral zone. He'll head down the off wing again. Centering pass, hit a body on the way in, kept in over on the far play by Finn. Finn, a little trip up on the play right there. I think McCall got away with one. A little bit of a slew foot with his stick right behind Finn's skates, knocked him down. 45 seconds left to go as the puck comes cross ice to Cassidy. Cassidy looks at Davis, sends it over to Boyd. Boyd sends it through a leg, but picked off and played by McCall. And Marcus McCall sent it out into the neutral zone. Cook gets off the ice, and a little bit of trouble right there. Little miscommunication, and Adam Seaton with a big save on Dustin Davis. Panthers smartly couldn't play the puck as they were making a change. It would have got called for too many men, but Davis wisely stepped up on the play and came in on goaltender Seaton. And Seaton, once again, had to make a big save to keep his team within any chance of coming back. 10 seconds left as the puck dumped in. Cassidy with it now top of the slot, now the left wing circle. Cassidy just absolutely boxed in. Gavitt with a shot. Kicked away, a loose puck, and we're off to the races again. Davis with the shot and a good hustle coming back on the play. And a big body being thrown around right there. I think that's going to be Sean Stevenson. He'll head to the bench, and Bardo headed back to the box. Bardo 2 in a row with 11.5 left to go in the period. So there's still a little sunshine shining on the Panthers. Need to get one before they can get another one. Panthers control the draw. Josh Cook sent it over, comes back to him. Cook trying to go down Broadway with it. Gross got a piece of that one, sent it up the wall, but not out of the zone. Panthers send it down, but Gross steps in front of this one. He'll send it all the way down the ice, and Seaton will leave it. Reinheimer has to back up and make that play. Elliot Stevenson tried to pull it. Fair got it off of him, and he'll send it back out. Here comes Ackelson. Ackelson, nice back pressure on the play by Galamas. Alex Galamas, hustling. He's been on the game all night tonight, doing little things here and there to give your team a chance to win. Buck 10 left to go in the penalty to Bardo. Bodies flying in the corner. Reinheimer comes out with a puck. He and Gross, sticks come up high, and Reinheimer comes up with a puck in the far corner. Stevenson heads toward the net, out to Finn at center point. Finn shot, hit a body on the way in. That might have been Rogers who was rolling on the ice. Here comes Gross, has to go back and reach for the puck. Gross in all by himself, 1-on-4. Taken away easily by Finn. 40 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Galamas cross ice pass picked off by Scott. He'll hustle back. Colcom, 30 seconds as he crosses center line. Gloved and held on to by Bachman. So 28 seconds left to go in the power play. 9:57 left to go. We're under 10 to go in the third period. Matt Cook on the faceoff. Past De La Rosa, but he'll get it behind the net. Whacked on the play by Campbell. Or Martin, yes, Campbell, excuse me. Good job by the Panthers tying the man up. Colcom got into Gilliland and was not going to let him by and did not. Gilliland now cruising down the slot. Oh, pass came out to him, but he couldn't find it. Dumped into the zone by Queen and offside play. Scott touches up and heads back in. Final seconds wind down. That's going to do it for the power play. Bardo out of the box and into the play. Chased down into the neutral zone now by Matt Cook. Cook's backhander off the wall, picked off. Looks like Gilliland. He had man in front, tried to put it onto the stick, and Scott tried to direct it in. Gilliland skating around. He did not like the fact he was pulled off that puck up ahead to Scott. Scott shot, and a good job by Seton just to get that glove out there and deflect it away. Out to Campbell, his one toward the net. Cook with a good job in the slot. Moving it up. Del Rosa. Couldn't control Kokum. Tried to move it up ahead. Campbell takes the puck, sends it back. Del Rosa again, this time up to Boyd. Boyd, man over the zone. Cassidy shot. Off the glass. 8.5 left to go. Fair raises his hands as one of the Panthers went down on the ice, and Campbell slides it out into the neutral zone. Boyd can't touch it. Man offsides. Cassidy couldn't get himself extricated. And he's tying it all up with Ackelson. Ackelson going after him. We're going to watch that play. Gross down low, centers it in front. Good job by Boyd to clear it away. But Ackelson going right after Cassidy again. And Cassidy gives him a flying elbow. And Ackelson looking for a penalty. But I got news for you, son. You're going to play that way, and you're going to get as good as you get when you go after Austin Cassidy. So now, little step in there by Ryan Redmond. First time we've called his name tonight. Fair going to go to the box. And a roughing call against Jonathan Fair. So the Butler Golden Tornado with a 5-1 lead. They've taken 3 penalties in this period. And it looks like they might be losing their cool. Austin Cassidy working it over. And head coach Patrick Hammonds having a talk with the officials. But Cassidy and Ackland were working it around with each other right there. Ackland was trailing and shadowing Cassidy. At center ice, Cassidy just absolutely leveled him with an open ice check, even as they were skating. I mean, he just muscled him. And Ackelman kind of looked around like, where's the penalty call? Well, here it was, but it was against Fair. Finn tried to get it down low, couldn't do it. Kicked out into the neutral zone. Cassidy again throwing that body rod, this time into Martin. Boyd in the zone with the puck, looking for Cassidy. Cassidy, though, tied up by Martin and pulled down, and I'll tell you what, they got away with one right there. Butler into the zone. Rogers with a job. Oh, my. Or Dustin Davis, excuse me. Davis with his second goal of the game for a 6-1 lead. And just walked in and would not be denied. Muscled his way through the defense and put one under the left pad of Adam Seton. And a shorthanded goal. That's 7:33. On a game like this, what you start to worry about is who's going to lose their composure and who's going to lose their cool. Bachman covers it up as McCall stands in front, and Stevenson skates by off the dump-in pass. Still a minute 20 left to go in the penalty to Fair. Reinheimer in the face-off, one back. Gavitt looking it over from the right point. Gavitt, his shot off the stick of Connor Scott, but Reinkamp keeps it in. Out front, man, coming across was Galamus, but a bouncing puck eluded his stick. Here comes Butler on the counterattack. Gilliland uses his hand to push away Stevenson's stick. Gilliland in all by himself, looking it over, finds a man in front. Scott again can't find that puck as it's set up to him in the slot. Gross and Galamus mixing it up. Galamus with the puck in the zone. 50 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Galamus is shot toward the net, blocked by Scott. Set behind the net where Scott will send it up the near wall and all the way down the ice. Josh Cook will chase it down, quickly turn it back the other way. Cook up ahead, too far for Stevenson. He'll go to the wall and fit that one in. Scott will knock him into the boards. Shot thrown toward the net, this time off the stick of Jordan Rongas and controlled by Clay Bachman. So still a power play, 26 seconds left. Fair in the box. Face-off controlled by Butler. Campbell sends it along the wall. Sean Stevenson stepped up on it. Now it's pushed down along the wall by Perriman. Perriman picks it up off the near wall this time, throws a shot toward the net, went around the back. Sean Stevenson Sends one up and over goaltender Bachman. As the penalty winds down, Fair's out of the box, replaced on the play by Mackenzie Walters. So Coach Hammond's starting to empty out the bench here now with just under 6 to play. Walters, number 10, moves it up on the play, sends it over for Rogers. Colcom gets a piece of that one. Rogers takes a bump on the play. It's dumped into zone, and Sean Stevenson chips it up. His pass was intended for Perriman, but picked off and dumped in by Campbell. The Panthers still fighting, still skating. Good little play there by Josh McGowan again. The Golden Tornadoes sending out some slightly unfamiliar names here right now. Pass thrown in front. Boyd, left faceoff circle, shot. He froze Bachman on that. I don't think he knew where the puck was, and that shot thrown in hit a man. That was fair. Looks like he got one right in the breadbasket, as they like to say. Man in on the net, dumping a puck behind, scramble in front. Seaton trying to keep that one out, and he does. Good effort. Christopher Martin was just there with that pickle stabber going at it. Boyd down the right wing side. Boyd has a slide off his stick. Into the corner, pushed out, and a big hit over there absorbed by David Stepanian as he cleared it, and the shot thrown on net, this time by Chris Martin. And Seaton makes yet another save for the Panthers with 4.5 left to go in the hockey game. Connor Scott comes off the bench to join Neff Stepanian and Cam Bardo. Face-off controlled by the Panthers. Neff cuts it off along the wall. Scott chips it back in, and Finn goes cross ice. Up ahead to Boyd. Boyd kicks it into gear, down past Neff. Boyd pulls it around him, and Boyd shot, left pad save, covered up by Bachman. And Cassidy right in there, making friends wherever he goes. And Bachman down on one knee there. I'm not sure why he'd need a breather at this point. Reinheimer sent it toward the net on the faceoff. Covered up by Bachman. He'll send him right back to start. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. Josh McGowan, again, makes an appearance. And the puck comes over to him. He sends it along the back, leaves it there, and Campbell sends it along the far side. Gavitt keeps it in momentarily, but the puck pops out into the neutral zone. Here comes Colcom. Colcom hit by Gilliland on the play. Still managed to get the puck along the back wall, rig it around the boards. Pushed off, and here comes Gilliland down the right wing side. Colcom's going to challenge him, and McGowan's in front, tied up. Third man in shot. McGowan blocked that shot in front of goaltender Seaton. We've got just about 3.5 left to play. Good job by Reinheimer, showing some moves in behind his own net. Reinheimer swooping and diving as he comes into the zone. Reinheimer in. Reinheimer hauled down almost on the play. Kept his balance somehow. Shot thrown toward the far point by Colcom. And the Panthers sending that puck toward the net. Knocked down. Whacked that there by Campbell. Kept in momentarily by Gavitt toward the net. And finally, Bachman will cover it up. And again, a little more male bonding going on in front. And I got a funny feeling from the way Alex Galamus is acting that maybe somebody's going to the box for the Panthers. Campbell goes for Butler and Galamus. They each got a roughing penalty, so they'll be out with 1:15 and a whistle. So they'll play 5-on-5. Matt Cook with the faceoff. Cook whips one. He had to find that puck right behind him after the faceoff. Just missed it on the short side. Coming down on 3 minutes to play. Chased down to the corner now by Antonio Del Rosa. He digs it out. Josh Cook dancing with it. Josh Cook. Little misfire there. The puck goes into the wall, and he'll chase it there. Cook off the wall. His shot off the skate of Jonathan Fair and back into that same corner. This time Josh Cook centering pass. Matt Cook muscled off on the play. Josh Cook with it. Josh Cook with a man in front. Doesn't get there. Good play by Fair. Down on the ice to block that centering pass with 2.5 left to go. Puck pushed out into the neutral zone. Del Rosa will dump it in, and he'll head to the bench for a change. Ackelson tied up there with Sean Stevenson out in the neutral zone. Body's bouncing around. Boyd into a man. Here comes Gross, trying to pull it over the blue line. He had to step back. Finally sends it across, and Davis, with 2 goals in this game, sends one out, and Seton had to play that one. Davis he gets within 25 feet of that net, and the puck just seems to head toward that twine. Pushed up ahead by Cook a little too far. Davis will pick it up inside his blue line and move it up. Stevenson dodges a check by Ackelson. Puck pushed off his stick, and here they come back the other way. Here comes Davis. Davis through traffic. Good job by Colcom, to force him off the puck. 1:25 left to play. Bardo hustling, and Cassidy just goes in, and Cassidy puts his shoulder into him, and that might be the rest of the game for Cassidy with 1:23 left to go. Austin Cassidy came flying in, got leverage with that right shoulder, and just flipped Bardo onto his back. Just a little message in case these teams happen to see each other in the playoffs. Cassidy going to go to the box. And they'll call it a trip. It was a big league trip. He got all his money's worth on that one. And the box is open for and is that Campbell going to head to the box? We saw that, Cassidy's went up on the board. And Campbell was out just a little too quick after that coincidental set that's still in there. So it'll be a man advantage for the final 2 minutes. Scott checks it out with the official. He blows the whistle, sets him up, drops the puck, and it's sent back down into the Butler zone. Fair chases it with Stevenson on him. Fair turns it up the near side, looks it over, skates out in front of his netminder. Matt Cook on the play for the Panthers. Up ahead for Scott, but picked off by Kolka, but he almost sends that one up into our booth here as we come down to 1 minute left to play.
1 minute.
And there we go, final minute of play. Stevenson steps into Bardo right there with the puck. Moves it out to Kolcom. So the Upper St. Clair Panthers split the season series with the Butler Golden Tornado. Each team winning on the road. And that shot thrown on net. Steeton gets it out of the way, and Fair tangles up with Kolcom as Bardo dances with the puck outside the blue line with under 30 to play. Left there by McGowan. And a battle along the wall. Sends the puck down behind the net. Mackenzie Walters reaching for the puck. And Bardo will send it down low, and that's going to do it. The Upper St. Clair Panthers hoping for a little bit better out of this hockey game. They never stop playing. Bardo shoots it as time expires, and that's going to do it. The final score, Butler Golden Tornadoes 6, Upper St. Clair Panthers 1. So they'll shake it at center ice and head out to the locker room. And as is a tradition, at least in high school hockey, the two starting goaltenders started off the handshake line. So Coach Conway, Coach Britton, shaking hands with the opposing coaches. And like we said, the Upper St. Clair Panthers came in here holding on to that last playoff spot. They split the home series, or the season series, with the Butler Golden Tornado. Each team winning at home. Panthers got on the board early, but just could not hold off the Butler Golden Tornadoes. For the Upper St. Clair Panthers, this is Bob Sebastian saying, see you next time.